Michigan Lieutenant Gov. Brian Calley, photo, Dale G. Young / The Detroit News File, by photo. Lansing, Michigan Lieutenant Gov. Brian Calley declared his candidacy for governor on Tuesday and showed no signs of ceding ground to his top rival for the Republican nomination, Attorney General Bill Schuette. In a series of interviews with the Detroit News and other outlets, Calley accused Schuette of politicizing the Flint water contamination crisis. He also scoffed at Schuette's pledge to be a jobs governor for Michigan. "I am flattered that others aspiring to be governor are proposing to do what we have been doing all along," Calley said, referencing economic gains under term-limited Gov. Rick Snyder's administration. Calley, 40, will attempt to be the first Michigan lieutenant governor to succeed his boss in 50 years, and the first to win a gubernatorial election since voters approved the state's strict term limits law in 1992. In announcing his 2018 campaign, Calley said he wants to keep upward momentum going in Michigan and continue what he called a real turnaround over the past 7 years, citing the creation of more than 500,000 private sector jobs. "We have made a tremendous amount of progress since the last decade, and people across the state of Michigan know that and they feel that," Calley told the News. "It's hit rural areas and urban areas and suburban areas. We see the comeback of Detroit, and we see job growth that has gotten to the point where now employers are telling us their biggest problem is they can't find enough people to fill the jobs." Calley's candidacy sets up a high-stakes primary matchup against Schuette, who has already secured endorsements from leading Republican officials such as President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence. Other GOP candidates include State Sen. Pat Kalbeck of Canton and Saginaw obstetrician Jim Hines. An independent super political action committee supporting Schuette on Tuesday unveiled a new Calley Abandoned Trump website highlighting the lieutenant governor's decision to withdraw his presidential endorsement last year after old recordings surfaced of Trump making vulgar and sexually charged comments about women. "When Republicans needed Brian Calley the most during the last election, Brian Calley abandoned them," said Stu Sandler, executive director of the Better Jobs Stronger Families Super PAC. "Conservatives will never forget how Brian Calley called for actions that would have led to President Hillary Clinton." Calley, who ended up voting for Trump by casting a straight-ticket Republican ballot, dismissed the criticism and downplayed the value of endorsements. He suggested Michigan voters don't like to be told who to vote for. "I think it says a lot about Bill Schuette that he literally can't go one day without getting into the gutter," Calley said in response to the Super PAC attack. Calley's challenges the withdrawn endorsement could limit Calley's appeal for Republican primary voters, said GOP pollster Steve Mitchell. Early surveys have shown Schuette with a double-digit advantage over Calley, who is not as well known as the Attorney General around the state despite his work in the Snyder administration.